We're recording. Everything looks good. And I guess we'll move on to intro. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Tina and Anderson Show. And you guys are probably wondering why we're wearing different clothes from the beginning of the intro. All right, well, the reason is because in good old Tina and Anderson technical difficulty fashion, so I have this Stream Deck right here, and I'm supposed to switch screen when the intro is done. Okay. Instead of pressing switch screen, I pressed the button to pause recording
at the very beginning of the video.
And I did that while we talked about our intro.
Carried on.
Talked about this video that we're not going to do again now. We're going to do it at another episode, just because Tina feels like it's not going to be as authentic, because it's going to feel like it's rehearsed. So we're going to do it at we're going to react to that video at another episode where it's not so fresh and it's kind of like reacting to it again. You know what I mean? So anyways, instead of just playing from where we started off again, where you will have no idea what was going on because we just basically started recording again or unpaused recording right when I started another video, because I thought that's where I hit pause. But when it came to editing the video, I realized, no, I paused it right after we did the intro. So it's probably about 20-25 minutes worth of us talking that was not even recording.
Yeah. Typical.
Yeah. So thank you guys for checking in with us again on this Tuesday, or whichever day you guys are watching this video. This is episode 8, and we're actually wearing the same clothes that we're going to be wearing in episode 9, because we're recording that right after this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so let's introduce this video and then we'll play this video. So we're gonna have 2 videos today. So the first video, now at the end of the video, you're gonna hear us saying, "Oh, we have no time for the Reddit story." Well, that's because there's like 25 minutes of us talking that's missing. Obviously, when you watch the video, you're gonna be like, there was plenty of time. Well,
nothing makes sense.
It wasn't in the beginning. So this video is basically this guy talking about masculinity and just positive things, and why masculinity is good, and why a woman falls into her feminine when her man is masculine. So this is probably going to be, just want to let you guys know, this is probably going to be one of our shorter videos. But yeah, that's fine. That's just one of them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so we're going to get right into the video right now.
A woman will act masculine in a relationship when the man fails to lead her. She will be forced to be the leader, and in order to save the relationship, she has to take on a masculine role, and she will hate him for it. She will resent him for not being able to lead her, and she has every right to do so. By failing to make her feel secure in him, he is destroying her femininity. She's pretending to be something she's not. If you can't earn her faith, then you have failed your first and most important responsibility as a man. You can give her all the money, freedom, and respect in the world, but if she can't look up to you, if she doesn't feel secure with you, then eventually you will lose her, or you will lose her.
All right, don't know what happened there, but all right, so yeah, all right, so yeah, so as you can see, we definitely agree with a lot of what he's saying. So I definitely agree with when a man starts to lead and the man is more masculine in the relationship, a woman naturally falls into her feminine because then she knows she doesn't have to lead. She knows she feels safe. She feels secure. You know, if a man gets a nice home that an apartment or a house that she can make a home, or if he's the breadwinner, even if she's working, he's the breadwinner. They're secure in their financial situation. Any stress of the day, he can relieve that stress from her because he can take it on. Men can take on stress a lot more than a woman can, a lot better than a woman can. So when a woman feels that her man is not leading, or when he is not leading at all, and she realizes she has to lead, it's like she's in a fight or flight mode. She starts to have to leading. She starts to have to lead, and she becomes more masculine. And then that's when conflict happens. Whether if he's leading or not, there starts to be a competition there. Because if he's not leading and then she starts leading, then he's going to be like, oh, wait, I got to start leading now. Too late. She's in her masculine role. She's starting to lead. There's going to be conflict, and it ends up being the D word, divorce.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel that, you know, like there's women that have been through, like, you know, bad relationships, and they've kind of put a wall up. And when they come across a man who actually wants to lead, it's really hard for her to, like, let that go and let him have that.
Right.
And take that role. She's not used to it.
Yeah.
We're talking about, like, what this guy was saying about how, you know, like, she feels like she has to play that role of the man. So she might have come out of a relationship that she was just in where that was her. Right. You know, and now when she come across a man who wants to be a leader and a provider and wants nothing more than your safety, that's got to be hard to be able to just switch over. So that would take some time. Yeah. You know, that would take time. And yeah, so
I mean, and there might be times where she's just like, "Oh, wait a minute. My last relationship, I was leading. I was making the decisions. I don't have to do that in this relationship." Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. And she might just fall into her feminine and just be in bliss, right? But yeah, you're right. There could be women there. They're just used to leading, and when their man is leading, they're just like, "Whoa, hold on." Yeah. You know, and that's what feminism is teaching a lot of women. You need to lead. Don't let the man lead. Don't be under his thumb. Having the man lead is not being under his thumb. He's just taking on the stress. You don't have to, because men can deal with it better. Most men, you know. And I know there are women out there that can handle stress really well. I understand, but they're the exception. But when we're talking about most men and most women, most men can handle stress and decision making a lot better than women can. It's just the fact. You can hate me on this and you can attack me all you want, but study has shown that that's what it is. Doesn't mean that a woman is less than a man. Does not mean that. It's just we're different. We're just built different. And that's why a woman is happier when she falls into her feminine, when she's with a man who is masculine and takes the lead, takes control, and handles all the stress. I mean, there's so much stress that I deal with that I don't let her deal with. I'm like, I got this. I'm going to deal with it. You know, I handle the stress and then I take care of it so she doesn't have to. Because I know how she is when she handles stress, and I don't like it. You know, I don't like seeing it. I know she doesn't like feeling it. I don't like seeing it. So if whatever I can do to take away that stress, you know, remember when we were trying to buy a house? It was before we bought this one. So I'll tell you guys this story real quick. When we were buying this house, it was one of the most stressful times in our life. But I just got licensed. I became a licensed electrician. And so I was making more money. And we're about to buy this house. So we're like, about to buy a house. We're like, this is great. So I I had a job where, you know, it was a small company and they let me go. They let me go.
Here we are looking for a house.
But here's what I did that day. Before I even went home, I went and got hired at another job. I walked into this place and I said, I'm a licensed electrician. And they hired me right on the spot. And I had a start date the week after. Luckily for me, for us, because I am in the same career, the mortgage company was just like, okay, that's fine, no problem. Because usually if I went from like an electrician to a plumber, they'll be like, yeah, we're not giving you a loan.
Give you the loan. Yeah.
But because I'm going into the same career, into the same field, they were okay. So I came home and I told her, right when I told her, immediately she started to fall apart. But I said, look, I found another job. I already spoke to the mortgage company. We're good.
I remember I didn't even know like what to say. I was like, wait, so what? So you already got a job. Okay. What?
Yeah. So like, yeah, because I wanted to make sure I had that all taken care of because I didn't want to come home and just give her bad news. I wanted to give her the news, but then tell her it's good. Don't worry about it. It sucked. It happened, but here we go. Starting on another job. We're good. No hiccups. There were hiccups during buying the house, but that had nothing to do with the job. But anyways,
that's a whole story.
Anybody that bought a home knows what I'm talking about.
It's a whole story.
But yeah, but that's just an example of just taking care of it, just being like. And this was before I started knowing about us knowing about feminism and masculinity and the differences between men and women. That was like before we started studying this stuff, because that's just like. That was just me, just like being masculine, falling naturally, and just being like,
problem solver.
My wife is going to take this news a lot harder than me. So I need to make sure I got this handled before I go to her and tell her the situation. And that's just one of the examples. And I know you were worried, but I think you felt better in the fact knowing, okay, he has another job. Yeah. It's not like he's just unemployed and we don't know if or when he'll get a job and if we're going to lose the house now that we're trying to buy.
There's been so many times where just something happens and I'm like, everything is about to fall apart. Everything is about to come crashing down. I can tell. And he's the one that holds it all up, and he like makes sure that, you know, none of that happens. So it's crazy to me that some women fight against that.
Yeah.
You know, that what you want all the stress, you want all the weight on your shoulders, you know, like, you know, so, I mean, I can understand women that are coming from trauma, coming from, you know, bad relationships, to be able to, you know, submit to a husband and to recognize when a man is worthy of your submission, because not every man deserves your submission,
right?
You know, but right. If you choose, this is your husband, so you have chosen him, you know, because he's the right one,
right?
So, you know, you should feel safe with him, and you know, taken care of, and
yeah.
You know, that you know, that he's got this, you know, so, you know,
yeah.
And we did, you know, an episode on submission and everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, you know, that you're his slave.
Yeah.
You know, you
right, exactly, because right after that Bible verse, right after the Bible verse, where it's like Colossians 18:19, I think it was, because we said this in like 2 episodes ago, I think. Because right after that verse where it says, women submit to your husband, right after that it says, and men, do not treat your wives harshly. So you're not under our thumb, because that's treating you harshly. We're not doing that. We're supposed to take care of you and make sure you feel safe, and because you're birthing our kids,
trust,
you know, and things like that. So
okay, all right, so next video.
All right, so next video, it's a little bit kind of opposite. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Here we go.
The concept of masculinity is kind of bullshit. I'm aware when people put the idea of masculinity onto me. I get it. You want me to protect you. You want me to provide for you. And there are some times that might actually align with what I want to do, but not because I'm a man, or not because of some idea of masculinity. It's because in that moment, that's what I want to do. Now, you might look at that and say, whoa, those attributes feel a lot like masculinity, but for me, that experience isn't that of masculinity. It's the experience of just having those feelings. If I'm going to be in truth with you as my partner, then I just need to be able to express what is happening inside of me. And what is happening inside of me is not established by some term. It's established by what I'm feeling within, and then I express from that place. Ultimately, I've always gotten myself out of relationships as a result of not feeling free in a relationship. And the way that I don't feel free is if I can't be myself. And the way that I can't be myself is if I'm asked to perform something to fill some void of yours, and I willingly, because it's my fault too, I willingly step into the role of whatever it is that you want me to be, in this case, more masculine, and then time passes, and my entire interaction with you is based on a performance, and at some point I have needs, I have wants, I have desires, and those desires, wants, and needs, they don't align with who I've been. And that makes me feel like I'm no longer me in a relationship, and I feel trapped. I feel like I'm not free. I feel like in order for me to continue to be with you, I have to keep up this performance, and if my value in life is to be freer, then I'm going to leave. Masculinity and femininity as these terms that we're forced to buy into and behave towards that take us away from who we actually are.
Okay, see this is weird. Nobody is forcing a man to be masculine and a woman to be feminine. This is something that naturally happens. Hey, if he doesn't want to be masculine, go date men. Don't go date men. But I'm just saying, is, look, it's just, it's, see, when people, when we identify something, when we identify something that the ways things are, people start being like, oh, you're putting the label to it, and I don't want you to label to it. For example, femininity and masculinity. Men act masculine. Women act feminine, right? Now that we put these labels to it, people like want to go against it. And him saying the word partner, my wife is not my partner. She's my wife. We've talked about this before, but we've always said we will talk. We said we will talk. We'll bring it up again. Your wife and your husband is not your partner, and she wanted. It seemed like he had a girlfriend or a wife, and she wanted him to be masculine because she wanted to fall into her feminine. Basically, she's like, I want to feel safe and secure around you. And he's like, whoa.
When I feel like it.
Whoa, hold on.
No, that's what he said. He said when he feels like
I
it.
I can't make you feel safe and secure all the time.
Oh my gosh.
That's too much. That's not me. I'll feel trapped. I mean, I don't know how he's not embarrassed by saying this stuff.
He's literally saying, well, first off, you can't be masculine and be selfish.
No, yeah, he was selfish. A lot of selfishness at the end there.
No, the whole video was me, I. The whole thing.
Yeah.
And when the focus had to be on the girl, he didn't like that.
Right. Yeah.
What were we just talking about? All you were thinking about in that situation was me.
Right.
That's all you were thinking about. Imagine that situation and all you were thinking about was yourself.
Yeah.
It would have been flipped on its head.
Yeah. Oh, it's up to me to make money.
Why do I have to fix this?
It's up to me to be able to buy this house for the family. It's up to me. That's too much.
You can't be, and it's so funny because What's feminism? It's selfishness too.
Yeah.
So, and then you have a guy like this who basically is refusing to be masculine, and it's basically so he can make room for selfishness.
Right. Yeah.
It's just him.
It's terrible advice. I hope
Please don't
I hope
listen to
young
that.
men, I hope a lot of young men do not take this man's advice.
Ooh.
And I'm telling you, I doubt that there's a woman out there who saw this video and go, wow. Husband material.
I want to be with him.
I really don't, because it's like feeling masculine at the moment. At the moment, I'm feeling masculine. When you're not feeling masculine, how are you feeling?
Well, and how is your wife or your girlfriend supposed to regulate that?
Yeah.
When, like, okay, you're going to be masculine 1 second and then the next second be what? Feminine? Like, so
gender fluid.
Oh boy. So like how would his, girlfriend or wife ever be able to like test the temperature of the room? Like how would that even work? Well, to me, that means that the focus is always going to have to be on him.
Right.
It's always going to have to be on him, because she has to be on high alert to see which husband she has today.
Right.
And then she has to read him. And then everything that day has to be according to him.
Right.
And how he's feeling that day.
Yeah.
We just completely just throw her out the window.
So when does he not feel masculine? When somebody's trying to break in the door at 3 a.m. in the morning? Is that when he's like, I don't feel masculine right now?
You take care of it.
When I don't like, what situations? I want to know, what are the situations
because he's
where
saying he can pick and choose. He's saying he can pick and choose when he wants to be masculine, and it's whenever he feels like it. That's what he says.
Oh, I know. He probably doesn't want to feel masculine when it's time to take out the trash, fix the faucet, take the car for an oil change, mow the lawn, fix the leaky roof. That's probably
going to feel like it.
That's probably when he doesn't want to feel masculine.
He doesn't
at those
feel
times.
like it. He's
or when he wants to, make himself better at work so he can make more money for the family. That's probably when he doesn't want to feel masculine.
Yeah, he doesn't
or maybe
want
going to work. He doesn't want to go to work.
Wow.
Oh, what do you mean? Feminism? If you're in your feminine ways, you don't want to go to work? No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Stop reading into it.
Yeah. So if you take the two videos, that man in the second video is basically what you get if masculine man is not on your checklist when you're looking for a husband.
Right.
That second guy in the it's pure selfishness.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pure selfishness, and you cannot be masculine if you're selfish.
Right,
because it's all about you. Because
in that first video, the guy was saying all about making her feel secure, making her feel safe. Mm-hmm. Right.
And then that one was the opposite.
Yeah.
He was basically like, I don't care.
I don't want to do that.
It's what I feel. It's how I feel. It's what I want in the moment. Blah, blah, blah.
Don't date me if you expect me to be a man.
That was bad.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just you just see two
complete opposites
of the spectrum. And the second guy, those type of people are becoming very loud. They, boys, the term boys will be boys. Everybody's saying that's terrible. That's a bad thing. Now, if you use it if a boy bullies another boy, and you say boys will be boys, no, that's not a good way.
Yeah.
But if there are boys that are just wrestling and they're just being physical, they're not hurting anybody, they're just wrestling. Yeah, boys will be boys. Or boys go out on their bicycles and they make a jump that's way too high, and they end up breaking an ankle. Yeah, boys will be boys. Boys do that. And classrooms, I mean, we can go on far, so much for this. Like, classrooms are not made for boys. Classrooms are better for girls. Boys are not meant to sit around for 6 hours. That's why girls do so much better in school. That's why more girls are valedictorians. That's why more girls are going to college.
They were made.
But when it comes to the trades,
yeah,
it's more men. because men are out there.
They
They're
like
being
physical work.
things. Yeah. You know, so it's just men and women are different.
The end.
We just got to accept it. And the world does not want to. The
No.
world hates. They want us to be equal.
We are not equal, but we are equally valued.
Yeah, we're equal in value, but we're not
Equal in
equal.
value, but
Like
we are
we're not
not
the same.
equal.
I mean, you look at my wife and I. Do we look the same?
Equal.
Do we talk the same?
No.
Do we act the same?
No.
Do we go to the bathroom the same?
Edit that out. What the heck?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, because it caused somebody to giggle. Somebody that's watching this giggled at that.
Oh my God. And then somebody else turned it off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, all right, this for you guys that don't know, this went a lot longer than what you're seeing because after the second video, for some reason I pressed pause. I didn't know, and we had this whole conversation, and then we had to go back, unpause it, play the video again,
and react to it again.
So
how do we do?
Yeah, so we've actually been doing this for probably about an hour and a half. I don't know if you want to go into the Reddit story, or if you want. All right, we'll save it for next time. We're gonna save the Reddit story.
Actually 3 videos because we did the stitch at the beginning.
Yeah,
and then 2 other videos. So I think we filled.
All right,
our
we'll
time.
save the Reddit story for next time. I think it's a good one. Just to give you guys a preview of what the Reddit story is. It's husband still won't help with our child and I'm losing it. All right.
Ooh.
So we'll give you a preview of what's going on with the next one. So, thank you guys for still watching us in episode 8. We're really excited. We've been talking about, just how far we're going to go with this. And we were actually enjoying this, even though we run through hiccups and we run through some headaches and I have to skip the gym. we love doing this. This is stuff we do anyways. This is stuff we talk about anyways.
Yeah, this is stuff that we were like putting a show on and not even watching it because we're sitting on the couch having this conversation.
Yeah, there was a time we're in the hot tub. We were in a time we're outside in the hot tub having a discussion about something, about a subject, I forgot. And we're like, we just had a podcast. We just did a podcast.
In the hot tub.
Yeah. So, hey, we might do that. No, I'm just kidding. No. So, but yeah, this is why we decided to do the podcast. We're very passionate about, traditional marriage and biblical marriage and talking against feminism and the red pill. We're very passionate about this subject. We're married, and we
married a long time. And then we were together a long time before we were married. And we were just so young that I think we've had to do so much learning.
Yeah,
because we were so young.
Yeah, we went.
And we had a baby very young.
Yeah.
And, I'm married kind of young.
Yeah.
Look at our oldest is 24. We were married. I was 23.
I was 22.
So we were young, married too, and
I was 12 when I asked you out.
We've just had such a long time together, and I think when we both came to the realization that we needed to learn about each other, it was like a game changer.
And we did need help. We needed help in our marriage. We needed help.
And not only did we have to learn about each other, we needed to learn more about the opposite sex.
Right, yeah. It definitely did help.
That's an eye-opener when you're like, it's kind of like an aha moment.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to live with you for the rest of my life, so I should probably know about your species. I should probably know.
Right. And it is fascinating.
It is.
When you learn about the opposite sex. It's like, wow, this is how you women are? I kind of knew, but I didn't know, but now I know,
So it's like being together for so long still didn't teach us enough about each other and the opposite. You have to put in the extra work to learn and, know.
Yeah.
So
just like we're doing with this podcast. Doing the work, learning
the work,
So thank you guys for still sticking with us on episode 8. Hope you guys are with us in episode 9. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. I still haven't found the tags to put for TikTok, but you see us on Instagram. Share our reels, like our reels, comment on this video, share with your friends this video, or like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And we appreciate you guys.
Every week, baby. We're here every week.
Every Tuesday, new episode. All right. So thank you guys. And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.